God, hey guys, karibuni sana kwenye channel. Welcome very much. Asanteni sana. By the way, I've not said that in a long time, sindio? I've not been saying it. Thank you very much for tuning in. For you who is a subscriber, asante sana. Thank you for coming back. Now wewe mwenye huja subscribe, pitia pale kwako kamlango, the key is over here. Subscribe and then just join the family. We love people here. So there's things that have been going on, and you know, some topics that maybe, I will not say maybe, because in this situation have happened to me, and you see them going round and you really want to chime in, but then it becomes a little heavy to start commenting and nini, because you don't know the dynamics. And what I'm talking about, basically, I might start rambling over things. What I'm talking about is women, ladies, living toxic relationships, why they don't just leave a toxic relationship, and why, like in the case of Maureen Waitito, it's so hard to move on. So I will start with my experience of a toxic relationship that I had to get out of. So I'm a mother of 2 kids. I have a baby daddy. Details of baby daddy stories, but it's a whole topic by itself. Movie, my friend, movie. Stay tuned. Anyway, and my baby daddy was abusive. He used to beat the shit out of me. I mean, I'm talking some serious beat you until you pass out kind of crap, Basically, actually, several times, I played dead so that he could stop hitting. I just wanted to lay there and pretend I was a story for another day. So I tried reliving this relationship. I really tried. Over and over again, I would go to friends every time something happens, and I would cry my eyes out. And some friends would accommodate me for a day or two. Others, maybe just out of the fear of socially being known that unajua you're harboring somebody's wife. Just because of that, they would not even host you. Anataka mpige hiyo story yako mkiwa na uko, isikuje ambiwe ati you are the one who's breaking my marriage. It is just so many excuses and reasons, maybe, I don't know, excuses, reasons as to why maybe they could not assist me all the way through. But also, there's those that stayed and those that tried to help me get out of it. But every time I got out of it, I went back. The angriest person in that whole equation, I think, was my mom. Because my mom had it. Nilikuwa napigwa, I pack my shit, pack my baby, I leave. Need I mention that the first time, by the way, I was hit, it was not even my baby daddy that hit me. It was his brother that hit me. My baby was not even a month old. And my mom came and picked me up, and we went home. Kidogo, a few phone calls, oh, baby here, baby there. Mimi huyo, nimerudi, boyfriends, I want to be with the father of my kids. And for me, living was hard because, first of all, I had this idea that I was going to have the perfect family, I wanted to have 2, maybe 3 babies, the house with the picket fence, the happy family, the mother, daddy, the whole carpooling where the dad drops you all off in where you need to be and then picks you all up, because we don't even want to use different cars. We want to share so that we can spend family. You get the whole dream. So I didn't want to let go of that. And I always told myself, I mean, we had stories, and we had listened to so many things in the past that mwanamke ni kuvumilia, mutumia ni gutumia, you don't talk back, you don't argue, but first of all, can we just say the talking part for me is a bit hard. I've not been raised to keep quiet and watch, and just watch you pile crap on me. So much as I was trying to leave, I was also very vocal about the things that were hurting me in this relationship. My baby daddy used to cheat, he used to vituko sarakasi, and then when he's mad or he's broke or he's been disappointed by the chick he's now hitting on, he let us back home. Mimi na mimi, I go back. Basically, I did not want to let go of that dream. I didn't want to be the person who was raising kids by themselves without having a dad. And not because of what will society say, mostly because of my kids. I grew up most of my life without a dad, and then my mom got remarried. But for the most part of my childhood, I didn't have a dad, and I always wanted a dad. I always wanted, I've always wanted a dad for my kids. So I did not want to leave this man, because then my family will be broken. Okay? Second, where do I start? You always think nobody else will love you, because most times, especially with abusive people, they don't start with slapping you across the face. They start by breaking your spirits. They start by telling you things like you're fat, or oh, you should not dress like this and you shouldn't dress like that. Just small things here and there. Hakuna ile siku ati the guy will just come ati day one. No. He must have said something nasty a couple of times, you let it go, and then kidogo akakusukuma hivi, nothing, you did not think of it as abuse, and then kidogo there's a slap across your face. Now in my case, my baby daddy used to cry. Alikuwa analia. And then you have known this person, you have known this man of your dreams, and you have this whole thing that you have planned together. So when the alpha that you think he is comes back broken and crying and everything, you think, man, this guy is actually for real, and he didn't mean to hurt me, or maybe it was just a slip up, it will never happen. In my case, it didn't stop. I read an article somewhere, and it said a woman will try to live an average of 7 times before she actually successfully leaves an abusive relationship. Some people manage to live, you hit me once and I'm out of here. Others, maybe second, third time. Others will keep going back. And I am probably those people who went back more than 7 times. I mean, I went back so many times. My farm was tired, everybody was tired. They didn't care anymore, and they didn't want to assist me anymore because they felt it was a waste. It's painful, and change is hard. Change is, it's constant, it's inevitable, yes, but change is hard. And especially when you have to start rebuilding on something that you thought was for forever. So now in Maureen Waitito's case, and where people keep telling her, oh, you need to move on, oh, sijui, oh, Frankie this, Frankie Corazon, they've already moved on, why can't she move on? It may have taken Frankie maybe a new family for him to move on, but maybe for Maureen, her situation was she had already settled She had already settled her dreams on this is how it's gonna work. And I totally get the whole antidepressant thing, and people talking ill about her being on antidepressants kind of make me very angry, because a relationship that's abusive, whether it's emotionally, psychologically, or whatever, or even the end of one that you did not expect to end, will throw you into depression. And then now put two kids in that equation who were used to having daddy around every day, and all of a sudden you're the one who's bearing the burden of explaining to your children every single day why their father is not around. It cannot be easy. And even for me, it wasn't easy. I have two daughters, as I said, and explaining that was not easy. Especially when you're explaining that to somebody who, the confusion, especially when they are seeing the dad and then the dad cannot stay. They get a bit confused what's going on here. And it's mostly left with the parent that is with the kids, and most times that will be the mother, to explain the dynamics and what the fuck is going on. And those are little minds. So if already for you as adults, building that in your head to the point of you breaking up is difficult, take it for, just imagine diluting it down and explaining it to a 2-year-old. It cannot be easy. And while you're telling them, you have to be strong for you and for them. So the minute your head hits the pillow, you're crying a bloody river. So in my opinion, I think people should just leave Morinoitito alone. Just leave her alone. But also at the same time, now in the case of toxic relationships, as I said, mine it was not easy. It was not easy living. I was beaten, I was battered. Before we got there was a lot of other things that happened. I will tell the stories now. We can do the whole robe and kitamba thing and tell stories. In the case of toxic relationships, I think also for friends and for people who are around a person in a toxic relationship, please understand that you need to build, if you're helping somebody like that get out of that relationship, please understand that many times their esteem is not in the same place that you assume it is. Like right now for me, Julia, I am loud, I am vibrant, and everybody just assumes because I am like this all the time, I should always be good. But you see, when you're this person, it becomes very hard to show people your weak side, your vulnerable side. So for a person who's going through that, the best you can do for them is build them, because they're already broken. When you have a person in your life that is trying to get out of a toxic relationship, the worst thing you can do is remind them that they are not good enough. Because I can assure you, them staying there already means they're broken in some extent. And sometimes the brokenness comes also from a place of helplessness, where maybe you had all these dreams of things you were going to do together, and then those are not working out, and you just feel like maybe if you hold out a little bit longer, you go to church, you're told to pray. You're told to pray for your husband. God knows how many envelopes I left at the altar at JCC. He didn't change. So just don't be the person that breaks them further than they already are, because you assume that she should just be able to get out, especially where kids are involved. She should just be able to get out. No. And I can assure you, when your esteem is broken, it doesn't matter whether you're a CEO or you're a housemaid it doesn't matter your status in life. When you are broken, you're just broken, and the wiring does not connect right anymore. And especially if the people outside tend to judge you harshly when you're coming out of it, you revert to what you already know. You tend to go back to that relationship just so people can stop talking, or you go back to that relationship because you don't feel like you have anywhere else that you can be held, where you can be. Because you see, in some places, much as, okay, you're told, oh, run to your family, blah 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 blah, sometimes even you being in that relationship, mind you, is also a disappointment to your family. So sometimes even your family does not like you anymore because, oh, you chose to go with that guy, or, oh, why did you have those kids outside of marriage, or, there's so many other things, or they expected you to do better with your life. Now you're here stuck with an abusive boyfriend who you're not living. Even their disappointment and their expectations in you as a person, when they are read back to you, it is a reason to go back. And it might not make sense for the person who has never been there. It might not make sense for, the single person who is saying, just move on. Just move on. No, honey. There's strings and children attached. So moving on is not as easy as you might think. Okay? There is emotions and time invested. Moving on cannot be that easy. You can't just up and leave a relationship you've been in for 5 years, 6 years. It doesn't happen overnight. So sometimes I feel like the people who just come, you just come bashing people online. Oh, sijui aliachwa chike, or sijui, what is wrong with this girl? Because like now the current conversation is Fiona and DNG, and Fiona having gone back to DNG after the shit. I am not saying these men are doing the right thing. Please get it right. I am saying the women need support to get out of it. That's what I'm saying. They need more support than we are ready to offer them to get out of it, because you're entangled in that shit more than you think. So I'm sure I went all yada yada on this one, but I just thought I should put my 2 cents out on that one, because I feel like in some situations we are forced. And when a man does not want to move on from you're told, anakupenda, anakupenda, mbona unamwacha, anakupenda, uoni hata kama alikugonga, yes alikuchapa, lakini anakupenda. We vumilia, umsi anakupenda, ata change. Honey, it's not that easy. So when I will say something, when you do not know, keep your mouth closed, because these streets out here are not what you think. They're not that easy walk in the park. Anyway, I'm glad I could throw that in today. I've wanted to say that for a minute, and today was that day. Thank you y'all for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Na kama huja subscribe, tafadhali find those buttons over there, and more good stuff is coming. So midomo zangu zimekauka, but adios muchachos. Ama hiyo nimeiba. Hapana, tusiseme muchachos. Bye. Mwah.